Welcome back to the program. Stan Gravois again sitting in tonight for Jason DeGate. It is my pleasure to have at the set with me folks that I have been getting to know pretty well, especially Lee Shaffer. To my immediate left, to his left, is Dr. A.J. Delahoussaye, better known as Dr. D. And to his left is Danny Picou, all representatives of the big Independence Day celebration, which is happening this Saturday. And I got to tell you, I'm excited that it's getting close. Unfortunately, I'll be leaving part of the day that day, but we have made plans to make sure to get over there for the morning part, especially when you guys have the parade going on and everything. So for the viewers who have never seen anything before, Lee, never heard us talk about it before, why don't you give us a rundown of exactly what is involved with the Independence Day celebration?
Well, this is a community event for everybody. It has a little bit of a few activities for everyone. It starts off about 8 o'clock in the morning with a new event for us. It's a crit. It's a bicycle crit. It allows, it's a speed race, and it starts about 8, and it ought to be a lot of fun. From that point, we go to a memorial, and this is really a somber event for veterans and families of veterans who want to honor the day of those veterans that have served in the nation and in our community. And it starts at 11 o'clock. Everybody's invited to go to Highway 311 and St. Charles, where they have the Veterans Memorial Park. And Hunt Downer will be the MC there. And it should be a very nice event honoring those that are firemen, policemen, and military members.
And I'll add to that, I actually pass there a lot as I live not far from there, and there was a young lady out painting, and she was doing a wonderful job. Everything is it's always very nice there, but it's being spruced up, I'm sure, extremely nice for this Saturday.
And it's one of those places you can always go and sort of reflect on things whenever you desire to. So it's a great thing for the community, and it's wonderful that we're able to have an event like this there.
Very good.
At 12:30, we ask for all the veterans that want to ride in the parade to show up around 12. The memorial should be over around 12. And at the True Value facility at Concord Plaza on St. Charles, there'll be a parade. We have a ton, and Danny can talk to it a little bit more in a few minutes. We have a ton of vehicles and floats and people that want to participate in honoring the veterans from the community.
Very good.
That'll go from St. Charles to Valhalla, and Valhalla to the Civic Center Boulevard and into the Civic Center. All the veterans that are on floats will be driven back to 311, but the parade will basically disband at Barrel Street and at the Civic Center.
Very good.
From there, we'll have entertainment from 1 o'clock till about 9:30, and there'll be the Houma Community Band will play, the Navy Band, which I'm really excited about, as well as Papillon, which is a kids entertainer and really a lot of fun. He's a great guy that sort of includes all the kids in these type of activities and brings a lot of our culture, the Cajun culture, into the event, with Whale and Thibodeau ending the night and spending about 3 hours with us, and that'll be fun.
Very good. Dr. D, if we can, first, before we even get into the specifics of what's happening that day and maybe some of the lineup when we get out to the Civic Center, your involvement, when did this all start for you as far as getting involved?
Well, that's a good question. About 3 years ago, I guess it was 4 years ago, we didn't have a 4th of July celebration in Houma. And 4th of July has always been a big celebration for me. I can remember as a kid looking forward to that holiday more than any other holiday of the year for some reason. And I was a little surprised by that. So some of my patients came to me and said, Dr. D, we've got to do something about this. And I said, let's do it. And so we kind of put our heads together, and we reached out into the community, and the response was overwhelming. We contacted people like Lee and Danny and countless others that said, what do you need me to do? I'm going to make it happen. And they did. And it's been an amazing turn of events that we could put something like this, of this magnitude, on. And you heard Lee talk about it, and actually he's just hitting the high points. There's so many different moving parts to this celebration. And so it's been a real honor to be part of that and work with Lee and Danny and Robin Lejeune and the number of people who've come together on the Independence Day committee to make this a reality.
Very good. He mentioned, as you said, some of the high points. After the parade actually gets to the Civic Center, we know there's going to be some bands playing, but unless something has changed, I know there's a situation with maybe a motorcycle show, and I know there's got to be fireworks. It's the 4th of July. So if you can, tell us a little bit about the lineup for that day.
The lineup for that day is going to be very exciting. I mean, in a thumbnail, I can tell you, if you want to have an amazing day and let us entertain you, just come on out to the Civic Center, because it's going to be something special. But there's, when you think about the entertainment we're going to have on hand, and of course there's no charge for this, you just come in and see it. It's hard to get an entertainment like this anywhere, with the different bands. And Lee had pointed out all the different entertainers, especially Waylon Thibodeau, who can rock the stage and has his own brand of Cajun swamp pop. And we're also going to have a new entertainer this year by the name of Madison Levy, who's going to knock everyone's socks off. She's a young girl, an up-and-coming star, and she's going to be making a debut on our stage, and I think it's going to be something everybody's going to want to see.
Very good.
But we also have a ton of food. I mean, delicious food that you can't get anywhere else, a lot of entertainment for the kids. Kids in Motion and Wendy Jeffco do such a great job putting together a lot of fun things for the kids. So if you want your kids to be entertained all day, just bring them over to the Civic Center and we'll entertain them all day long.
Very good. And Susie Johnson was on just a couple of nights ago. They're doing something pretty special with the money that comes in. Can y'all maybe expand on that a little bit? Because I think it's they're going to get packages together, if I'm not mistaken.
Twice a year, the Blue Star Moms put together packages for veterans that are deployed, and they're usually from this area, and they try to focus on individuals that are deployed from Terrebonne, Lafourche, St. Mary's, Assumption, anybody in this area, and they send packages, care packages to those guys, and usually they have non-perishable items. And what they're asking is that everybody that comes to the event just bring a few items. You can go to their website, you can Google Blue Star Moms, and you can find the items that they're looking for. And then any money that's made through the sodas, 50% of that is going to go back to them as well. So you can make donations, or you can just come out and drink the sodas, and it makes money for the veterans that are over there, and those care packages that really mean a lot. And some of the letters that she sent me from the guys that write back are just they're very, very heartfelt and thankful that people back home are thinking about them. So it's very good.
Very good. Danny, you're the guy with the parade. You're the guy that makes it all go early on. If you can, tell us a little bit about the parade, maybe some of the things y'all have involved with the parade. And I will say this before we even talk about that. When Lee and Robin, I think, were on last week, they mentioned that you actually the guy to call if you are a veteran and you were interested in maybe riding in the parade. Is that still an option for veterans out there?
Every veteran, state of Louisiana, is invited to this parade. I'm getting more phone calls right now since I put my number out publicly, my cell phone number, nights, days, mornings. I don't sleep, okay? Thinking about people are so excited about this because this year, Stan, is the 50th year anniversary of the Vietnam War, 75th year anniversary of World War II.
You know,
and guess what? Anniversary of 9/11, 10 years. So firemen, policemen, they all call on us. We are honoring all of them. You know, I want them out there. I will not turn down anyone. I guarantee you I can ride up to 300 people a shift, okay? And I guarantee you right now my list is close to 300.
Is there a chance you give out your cell phone number now?
I'll give it out right now, 637-0156. Give me a call. You got till Saturday morning to give me a call. And if you don't give me a call and you show up at the parking lot on Concord, you're riding with me. This is how I said, I'm honoring you. It's not for me. It's not for, for these guys up here. It's for these veterans out there, okay?
That's very nice, very nice.
And
tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, the parade route that morning, the parade's going to start between 12 and 12:30, okay? We figured it's going to last about 45 minutes to an hour, okay? Right now I have probably 30 different units. I'm talking about track carriers, antique cars. People are coming out like crazy right now and saying, Danny, can I put my car in there if it's patriotic? Yes, you can. Can I ride veterans? Yes, you can. So we're having plenty of transportation. We're going to leave from the Concord parking area at 12:30 in that area, okay? We'll be led down and we'll go down St. Charles Street to Val High. We'll turn on Val High, go to the Civic Center Boulevard. We'll go in the front of Civic Center Boulevard. From that point, the floats and the carrying vehicles that are carrying the veterans on it, if they leave their cars back at the Memorial or at Concord, we will bring them back there to get their vehicles. And then from that point, if they need a ride back to the Civic Center, whatever they need, we're going to bring them back. So it's an exciting day. I'm excited about it. I mean, look, I've been in Hercules for 27 years, and I've been excited about Hercules for 27 years. This has got me right now. This has got me, Stan.
I just like the idea that the people on the parade route can actually see those folks. You know, those are the people who are taking care of them. So it's such a nice option, and I think everything's good. And I know you have, if I'm not mistaken, you got the skydivers coming in and things like that. But I don't know anything that can top just standing there watching these guys who have served the country passing by.
No, they tried to get us to jump, but
So it wasn't gonna be professional. It's gonna be you guys who are gonna have to go out. No, I would have gone. I would have canceled everything to go ahead. That would have been interesting to see non-trained people do it. Dr. D, you know, last year I know Brass did a great job of coming in and having an event where, and I'm not exactly sure if it was a 3K race or the size of it, but talk a little bit. Brass is going to be back this year too, right?
Brass is going to be back this year doing our second annual Independence Day Dash. It was a lot of fun, a lot of success last year. Had about 200 runners, which we were very surprised to have. And this year we're going to, of course, also do the kids run, which is a half-mile run. We encourage all parents to bring their kids out and enter the run. And so the kids are going to do a half-mile run before the adults do it. And the kids run's going to start, I guess if you come at it around 4:30, would be plenty enough time to get registered and kind of get situated to do the kids run and the adults dash. But the nice thing about these things is they're fun, they're athletic, they're competitive, but all the funds go back to the Independence Day of subsequent years. So what we've tried to do is build into everything that we do, including, you know, the runs and different things, the funds to keep it going for future generations and future years. And the Brass and Chris Johnson have been generous enough to allow us to do that by donating all the funds back, which they don't have to do.
Right.
But they do, and that just speaks volumes about what I think this means to our community, where everybody comes together, pitches in, and then gives back for future years and future generations so we can keep this tradition strong.
I agree, and Lee and I were speaking about this the other night. I've gotten to know Chris the last couple of years. We're going to miss Lee. Lee's moving out of, and so this is one of his last races in the area, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all know the specific route yet of what they'll be, where they'll be running?
It's the same 2-mile route that they've always run. It's a lap that goes down Barrow Street and then cuts across and then comes back up Lafayette. So it's a 2-mile loop. And those roads are controlled during that race, which is kind of nice.
Very good.
So it's it's a safe course.
So in the morning, bicycle. In the afternoon, you can actually run, and you can do both.
I'm doing both.
Are you doing both?
I'm going to do both.
Very good. Yeah, well, we need to talk to you after and see how that all went. But we mentioned the other day about the weather and such, and we're in a weather pattern where it's not going to rain. And if it does rain, because I know you got that call to God and everything, we got that taken care of. But if it does rain, we're in that scattered rain where it's just good enough to maybe cool things off. Might come at a good time when the run is going on, actually. Lee, you talked a little bit about the food earlier. Talk about what people could get if they go there as far as food is concerned. What types of things?
Well, we'll have, you know, your typical barbecue. We'll have hamburgers, hot dogs, snow cones, ice cream. And we'll also have a shrimp dish, a shrimp salad. Pretty much anything that you'd get in a fair, you'll have pies and pralines and just, you know, everything that you can enjoy at a fair.
You know, you guys, and obviously, and being involved to some extent with the military museum, the regional military museum, do a lot for this. But is there something that if somebody's sitting out there right now thinking, you know what, I wouldn't mind being involved with that or something? Is there any kind of way anybody can help you? Is there any, you know?
Absolutely.
Which would be?
If they went to the website, Houma4thofjuly.com, www.houma4thofjuly.com, and there's a page in there for volunteers. Just send us a little note or call us at 985-804-2265, and we'd be happy to. There are plenty of things during the day. Last year we were very focused on volunteers and having a lot of volunteers. We tried to cut back on this year, but we still have plenty of needs for people that want to help and want to get involved.
We have the website up right now. And by the way, when Lee mentioned fourth is 4 with a TH, so it's not actually the spelling of the word fourth, but Houma 4th of July, and it's a very good site. I actually visited it yesterday, and it gives you all the information that you would want along the way. I'm not sure if it has anything specific to and I hate doing that to Danny. We're getting Danny to give out his cell phone number all the time, but veterans, there are a lot of us who would like to honor you by you being in this parade, and I think that's important that you get your name in there. I mentioned to Lee that my dad is a veteran, and a lot of veterans they don't need the notoriety, and they kind of stay in the background and stuff. But that's not the deal. We want to, they are what gives us all freedom. So once again, you could find out everything you would need to find out about. Everything about that particular day, July 2nd. And I will say this, during the week, this was said to me, and it was actually yesterday. A person said, saw you on Bayou time yesterday, and I said, yeah, I had gone on and stuff, and he says, I think that's neat, the Independence Day celebration. And they said it to me again, because it might be the second or third time that it came up, and they said, yeah, we might go to that on the 4th. And I just have to keep on reminding them it's not the 4th, it is the 2nd. It's on that Saturday. And I think Robin had said this is going to be the standard now. It's going to be that Saturday before the 4th every year.
Yeah, it started that way, that it just happened to fall on a Saturday the first year. And we decided, let's do it that way every year, because Thibodeau has theirs on the 4th. And we want to be able to allow people that want to go to Thibodeau's event to go to Thibodeau's event, and want to go to our event, come to our event. And you can do both, and you can enjoy both events, and the community can be involved in both areas. So.
And I do realize, and I'm going to say what Dr. D said, the 4th of July is always that kind of special in the middle of the summer. This year, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Right.
It's like a 4-day 4th of July. It just so happens that the 4th is on the Monday. But I do understand that. Dan, if you don't mind, one more time, give out that number, because we want to get the veterans involved.
637-0156, and I'm waiting for that phone to ring. It's in my pocket.
Very good. Now, when we say veterans, you mentioned the fire department and the police department. How exactly are you handling that? If they are a veteran of that?
Yes.
Or it has to be military?
No, I want all policemen. I want all, firemen, and I'm getting a good turnout, But, this is not only for Terrebonne Parish. Our brothers and sisters always say that when I come on the air. Look, the phone's ringing in my pocket.
Well, it's good.
We want Lafourche.
Somebody's watching.
Yeah, Lafourche Parish is part of Terrebonne Parish. It's brothers and sisters, man, and we all together in this. And I'm getting so much response from the Lafourche Parish area that wants to come to Houma, Louisiana. So I'm welcoming you to come here and celebrate with us. And it's for you. And I want every veteran. And I know, like Stan says, my dad was in World War II on Normandy Beach, and my dad died on the 4th of July. So it means something special to me to come out this day and celebrate this, and celebrate it with the veterans. And I will make sure that every veteran is recognized.
Very good, very good. All day this Saturday. They got something going on all day. Thank you guys for coming on. We certainly wish you the best of luck with everything. And I'll have a special prayer between now and Saturday that the weather is good. Maybe just a little mist sprinkle.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Last year, it rained on my parade. But guess what? My parade went on, and everybody was happy.
That's exactly what Lee said. Lee said a little rain is not going to bother anything on this, and I think it's a great event. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stan.
Thank y'all. Got to take a commercial break. We are going to come back with sports, and yes, I'm kind of finally in my element. I'll be doing sports with you when we get back from this break.